Since today I want to speak to you concerning the power of choice and to show you that's the only power you have and you have to utilize that power. Therefore, you have to protect that power because you have given the key to that sacred space that is within you. You've given the key to your soul, the key to your greatness, the key to your God power. And you must never ever give that power to another. And I'm saying all of this as a way of caution to you concerning things that are happening on the internet with people who are declaring themselves to be enlightened and being teachers of the good news of which I normally teach and so on. And so you have to be very careful when people present themselves, whether on YouTube or on social media, and then they get you to join their private group and they're asking of you to give them permission to speak to your higher self. In other words, they're asking of you to give them permission to access your soul, to access your higher self. And when you give anyone power to access your higher self, what you're doing, you are disempowering yourself and you're allowing them to harvest your energy. And they can have power that they can even take you out from here and harvest your energy. Okay? So, when you're told that the power of life and death is in the tongue, it is teaching you of the power of choice, because I cannot have a thought for you. And a word is a thought expressed. Only you can have a thought for yourself. The government cannot have a thought for you. The pastors and the preachers and the so-called prophets, as they call themselves, they can never have a thought for you. Your parents can never have a thought for you. There's no one in this world that can have a thought for you. And each and every one of us born into this world with a different fingerprint. We all born here for a purpose. So never sell yourself that cheaply when it comes to spirituality, to have someone make you believe that they're supposed to be some sort of mediator between you and your higher self. You're in control of your higher self. So, my brother and my sisters, these things that I'm speaking is actually happening, where there are people who are asking for your permission to speak to your higher self. And I'm saying to you, run as far as possible from anyone who would ever approach you and ask that of you. For those of you who have been listening to me, you have always heard me speak to you concerning believing in yourself, loving yourself and embracing yourself. I've never one day asked you to believe in me or to ever give me any kind of access to speak to your higher self. Because if I do that or say that, then I'll be contrary and contradictory, and I would not be a true teller, but I would become a liar if I tell you such a thing. And that is why, my brother and my sisters, I always say to you, never look outwardly, always look inwardly, because you're the Lord and Master of your destiny, and you're the one who's creating your reality and creating your personality, because everything starts from a thought, and you must have power over your mind. Never give another any power over your mind. So these words that I'm speaking to you, these words are words of caution, words to put you on your P and your Q's in terms of people who might, ask if you to join a certain group and so on. So I'm saying to you, be vigilant and check out what they're teaching and see if what they're teaching is in alignment with what you know to be true. And what I'm really saying is that you must have more discernment. And it is very good to really follow your gut feeling. It's very good to follow your intuition. If something doesn't feel right with you, it doesn't sit right with you, do not be afraid to question it. For example, if you listen to me and certain things doesn't sit right with you, feel free to question me about it. I am not a preacher. Preachers do not like to be questioned. They do not like to be examined. But my brother, my sisters, there must always be transparency where truth is concerned. Okay? So in other words, in short, what am I saying? I'm saying never give anyone any access to your higher self to say that you're allowing them to speak to your higher self. Because of the power of choice, they have to get your permission and they're asking you for your permission. So you must understand how important it is to protect your power. That is why you must put on the armor. Because you're in a war, you're in a battle. We are in a spiritual war. And this spiritual war that we are in, the most important thing is not silver. It is not gold. It is not money. It is your energy. Because transmutation of energy is what gives us money and gives us all the other material things. So it means when you allow people to access your soul, they can steal all of your creative power from you. And how can they do that? They can take you out. Okay, they can take out your family member, whoever, very close to you, to keep you in grief, to keep you in pain and hurt and doubt and fear and frustration. And that would be they harvesting that kind of energy for strength, because they build their strength upon fear while we build our strength upon love. And we know perfect love casts out all doubt and all fear. And when you love yourself so much, you never give anyone any access to your higher self, because you love yourself too much. Okay? And you know how important it is for you to protect what is yours, your power, that can never be accessed by another without your permission. So my brother, my sisters, always remember the power of choice. Always remember the power of free will. And use these words of wisdom that I'm sharing with you to understand what is happening right now where the pandemic is concerned. It's all a choice. It's not as mandatory as people want you to believe. It's still a choice. The choice might mean that you might lose a lot of things that you are very much attached to, that you think might be so dear to you. But when you understand that you still have the creative power, even if you lose those things, you would realize that you can reshape, you can recreate, and you realize that these things will come back to you. It will take some time. It might take a little bit of hardship, but all of these hardship can never be compared with your blessings. Okay? The difficulties in life and everything that you will ever face can never, ever be compared with your blessings. So my brother, my sisters, the war of slavery is when you give others permission to your higher self to control your mind. Because that's all you have, your mind. And this whole universe is mental. So when you lose your mind, you lose everything. You lose yourself. And remember, the unpardonable sin is the sin of self-doubt. Because it's only self-doubt in you that would allow you to want to give someone access to your higher self, or access in a way that they can control you and push you around and do whatever they want to do with you. So my brother, my sisters, I'm saying to you to protect yourself. Be careful of what you hear. Be careful of what you see. Be careful of what you smell and all of that, okay? Be careful of what you digest within. Always follow your gut feeling. Follow your intuition. And if it doesn't sit right with you, as I said before, question it, okay? So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I just want to give you those words of caution and encourage you to be strong and to continue to believe in yourself and be aware of false teachers. There are many that are out there on the internet who want to suck your energy. They are vampires who want to harvest your energy. So I want to say, if what I'm saying to you, it makes sense and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you haven't started following me as yet on Instagram, I'm encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at BlackMadGuru. And also, if you would like to support this work, we have a PayPal, and the link is down below. I'm encouraging you to do so if you feel strongly led. As I said, always follow your gut feeling. And the same thing goes to my Patreon also. If you want to become a patron and you feel deeply led, you really feel compelled to do so, okay, then I would definitely encourage you to do so, because when you follow your intuition, you're doing it out of love. So with all of that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to say to you, if you like to take the course that is on my page, and also it's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously, or the Inner Sun Engineering to create your reality consciously. And this is very much needed in a time when they want to black out the sun and they want to dim the sun. But you're told that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And we all know that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that's why I always say to you that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And before I come to a close, I want to say that Malachi 4:2 says that the sun, the S-U-N, of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. So healing and righteousness is a discovery of that sun or that light that is within you. Therefore, it is very important for you to align with the light, the sun that is within you. And you can be able to operate all of the elements to create your reality consciously. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to thank you very much. I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.